The Weir View.
Welcome back to the Weir View. Today I would like to talk about the transition that we're going through. We have been traveling, working in many different states for the last 4 years. And during that time, a good chunk of that, probably about 3.5 years of that, was spent in a fifth wheel camper. And we've hauled that thing from Georgia to New Mexico to Kansas, working, traveling, getting to do some sightseeing, and just enjoying traveling around the U.S. and going sightseeing. We've been to Carlsbad Caverns and White Sands, the Grand Canyon, fishing in lakes over in Georgia, some beautiful country over there. So we've been able to see and do a lot over the last 4 years, and we're really grateful for that time on the road and being able to experience the U.S. and the different cultural pockets that we have scattered around the U.S. But we decided to come home and kind of nest down and get back into a groove here in Louisiana for our son. So he's scheduled to be born any day now in all reality. His due date is March 31st, so we're getting really close to the official due date. She's already full term and it could be any moment. So we're super excited about that, and we just wanted to kind of settle in, we have a house here already, and just kind of set up shop and just enjoy all of these early years being locked in, settled in one place. And so, yeah, it's a little different mode. It's a little different mindset that we have to kind of get back into that groove, right? So I've been doing electrical work, instrumentation and electrical work for 21 years. And most of that time was spent just, working around the plants, the chemical plants and refineries here in Louisiana. And I decided to take that skill set and instead of paying to go on vacation, get paid to go travel and sightsee. And so that's how I viewed the last 4 years. Now, is that I was getting paid to go on vacation. And we really enjoyed some of that time. It was definitely a different experience being in a camper versus being inside of a home, and all of the little things you have to adjust to, the lack of space, just the floors are always cold. We had a fully winterized, 3-season all-weather camper, Forest River Impression. So it was a 29 VB, so that's 29 feet is what it's considered, but the actual bumper to bumper was like 36 feet, right? And so it was a decent enough living space for 2 people, but still, it's just a lot of things when you have a home, a house, and you've got closets and you've got central AC. The floors are not always freezing cold, especially in the winter time, because even there, like in the camper, it's insulated, but we didn't have floor warmers like built in. So man, when the winter time hits, your feet are always cold, right? So it's just here we have a little more comfort. Of course, we have friends and we have family here to be able to help out taking care of Janice and the baby, especially once I get back to work. We have the support here to be able to help us through this time. Yeah, it's a little different vibe, it's a little different feel, and that's one reason too why I wanted to start vlogging again and get back to doing YouTube, just to kind of share the experience. And so during this time I'll be going over a lot of what it was like for us being on the road, a lot of the unique experiences that we were able to have, and also the things that we were able to accomplish because of me going on the road, right? We were able to build a house in the Philippines, and we have a nice place there up in the mountains, and then we have like a little multi-cab and stuff like that. And then we've made a couple of trips over there visiting with family. So the last 4 years have been really great, really adventurous. But now it's time just to kind of, settle the pace, settle back in. And so that's what the goal is right now. We'll see how things go work-wise. I'm planning right now, probably going to hop back into something with one of the local places. We'll see what happens. A little bit different role if I can get in what I'm wanting to. I'm not going to say what it is right now. I'm hoping it'll pan out. But if I can get into that, that'll kind of take the knowledge that I do have and transmute that into a new career path using that same existing electrical and instrumentation knowledge. But yeah, so it's just really like, it feels kind of funny, right? For the place we've been living in almost 4 years now. I brought it to Camping World the other day, and I'm trying to make a cash buyout deal with Camping World to take my camper, say goodbye to the place where we lived for the last 4 years. Then I'll be able to sell my truck, consolidate everything here, and then, work on rebuilding everything here, right? I have work around here. Our fence fell down in the backyard some time ago. I've been trying to find people to put it back up, but now that I'll be home for a little while, I'll just do that myself at some point. I'll probably be able to show a video once I start that work of what I've got going on with building the fence, putting that back up, just the other things that I have going on here, trying to get this house back to our initial comfort level from before we left, right? So as you saw in the previous video, we've been doing a lot of restructuring. Now my office I was in the front, but that's now the nursery, and I am in the middle bedroom, and this is my office space where I get to record videos, kind of set up a little home studio. This is where I do a lot of my writing lyrics. That's one of the things I have kind of in the pot right now. I have been writing song lyrics and submitting those to competitions and trying to get those into sync deals and things of that nature. So I'm working on that. You can see a lot of that progress and the steps that I'm taking there on my other We're Authorized channel. For now, this channel is just going to be about what's going on here as we rebuild and get ready for the baby. This is Janice and I's first child together, and we are super excited, and we're trying to just do what we can to consolidate everything here so we can give him like a stable foundation here in Louisiana. Our dream, our hope is to be able to eventually move to the Philippines. We would really like to raise him in the Philippines and put him in school over there, because just the logistics, right? We can afford private school there in the Philippines that we just can't afford here in the US. Private schools are way too expensive, and the current school structure, the current school systems here in the US, even the nice schools, there's safety to consider, there's the things that are being taught to consider here that we just don't really vibe with. Private school is the way we really want to go, and so we can afford to do that in the Philippines that we can't do here. So that's one of the things I'm kind of hoping we can build for, and you'll see that journey here as we work towards that goal. I'll be able to share the experience of us, of how we're building ourselves up financially, how we're taking the steps that are needed to be able to get his dual citizenship locked in. He will be considered a dual citizen at birth, but we still have to file and register him in the Philippines, and then we can apply to get him a Philippine passport along with the U.S. passport for his citizenship, get all the official paperwork, stuff like that. And so that is one of the things that we'll be taking the first steps towards us being able to go there long term in the future as we continue to pay off. Of course, we're like most people. We have credit card debt. We have truck loans, we have a house note, right, a mortgage, and those are the things we're going to be working on, trying to get completely debt free with money enough in the bank that we can move there, set everything up, and then I can just fly back here, work shutdowns, turnarounds, things of that nature, whatever I need to do. Maybe even if I get into the career that I'm wanting to, maybe be able to do some remote work where I would be able to actually work in the Philippines. So we'll see how all of that plays out. I'll keep you informed and up to date. If you keep tuning in, we will see the progression together of what happens. So anyway, another quick update. We are seeing the doctor because of Janice's age. We are seeing the doctors every week and have been for a while. And so this last check-in, the estimated weight was 7 pounds, and she is still 1 centimeter dilated. And so it is just really like the baby has dropped. Everything is ready. We're just waiting on her body to give the go signal, and then we'll be able to head to the hospital and meet our baby boy. So keep checking in. Go check us out on Facebook, the Weir View. If you just search for Weir View, you should be able to see a picture of Janice and I, and we are posting more content daily there. little snippets and tidbits at this moment than we are even here on YouTube. We're trying to build up the page over there for the Weir View, so you'll be able to see more behind the scenes, see what was going on. And I would say Fedora's on and welcome home, but today rocking the LSU hat. See you later, people.